Now that we've talked about both the best and worst episodes of RWBY, it's time to do the same for the characters we've either built shrines to for our worship, or effigies to burn to cinders. Okay, no one likes Cinder, alright? But today we're going to be positive and talk about the top 5 best characters of RWBY. Heads up though, I've paired a few characters together due to entangled storylines, and the fact some of them are just inseparable. With that out of the way, let's dive right in.
If you won't hold your tongue, then I will gladly remove it for you.
All right then. Come take it.
An experienced huntsman with a knack for pissing certain ice queens off, we at long last rejoiced when we first met Uncle Qrow, or should we say, Drunkle Qrow?
He was drunk. He's always drunk.
In Volume 3, and ever since he's won us over with just how swoon-worthy he is, the true Vicon. Real talk though, he's the epitome of what a seasoned huntsman should be like. Constantly on missions, fighting against the Grim, seeing horrific things no normal person within the walls of a kingdom is even aware of, not to mention his bad luck semblance, which does help him in battles, adds to his cynicism. He cares about the people around him, but hates himself for endangering them just by existing. Granted, they seem to forget that his semblance existed in Volume 5, and no one even brought it up during the fall of Beacon, so we kinda missed an opportunity for Qrow to blame himself for the horrors Vale experienced that night, but at least he was great in Volume 4.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Not to mention his relationship with Ruby is adorable. They're not even related by blood, unless you still subscribe to dead crack theories, which I occasionally dabble in admittedly, and yet Qrow is obviously such an important figure in Ruby's life. Just look at these fucking dorks.
Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Nope.
Qrow.
My heart. Also, he's aware that his scythe, while cool, is inefficient as fuck and uses a broadsword most of the time as a result. Thank the Lord.
I'm sorry.
Pyrrha is a blessing unto this world. A highly skilled warrior with great talents, she always puts others before herself, even if they're...
John?
Yeah. Pyrrha by far is one of the sweetest things in this cruel world. She goes out of her way to be nice to everyone, and even her advantage of hiding her polarity semblance can also seem like her not wanting to brag, especially since she's voiced her wish to be treated like a normal person. Though I probably shouldn't use any of this present tense nonsense since... yeah, her death did, however, raise the stakes going forward. Penny's death set off the fall of Beacon, and Yang losing her arm showed our main four have no plot armor, but Pyrrha's death showed that no one was truly safe, which helped keep the stakes high towards the end of the Ranger plot in Volume 4. The one issue is the fact that Pyrrha's death doesn't seem to have any real impact on the characters aside from useless monologues, and that no one in Mistral seems to recognize Jean, Ren, and Nora as her teammates, but... fuck it, Pyrrha's still amazing. Okay, was amazing.
I have done nothing but fight to uphold the honor of my family name. A name that you married into.
You couldn't possibly understand the lengths I've gone to in order to keep this family where it is.
Y'all knew my daughter was somewhere on this list. Definitely the RWBY girl with the most development and the least awful writing. Weiss is an interesting case in how even with incomplete arcs, a character can still develop and be likable, or at least come across as developed, which beats the alternatives. Weiss in Volume 1 was incredibly arrogant and antagonistic, all because she was trying to be the best huntress she could to take back the Schnee Dust Company and honor her grandfather Nicholas. That, plus being raised in the emotionally abusive, toxic household that is the Schnee Manor, left her having to act this way just to survive. As the series went on, she became a much warmer presence to her friends, to the point where she now fills the role of group mom when Yang needs a talking to in Volume 5. Granted, her fondness prejudice was handled horribly, in that it seemed to vanish completely, but you can see her slowly changing into a much more likable person, which is a huge step up from what's character development. My character changes every other scene, and I would be great if my arcs were written better. Weiss' arcs might be incomplete, but hey, at least they're coherent. Also, she has the best songs. Fucking fight me.
It's about time.
Was just fine, we lived in peace, looked to a happy ending. The days were bright, they shone like gold. Every step.
Oh, Roman, you truly were the best villain in this fucking show. Charming, witty, and actually kind of threatening.
Shut up.
Oh, goody. You've recovered.
Roman Torchwick was Vale's biggest crime boss, working directly with Cinder's faction in the White Fang, and was pretty much the fake big bad for volumes 1 and 2, and it was a role he served so well, the writers decided to give him one last hurrah in Volume 3. And by hurrah, I mean...
And survive!
Everyone I love dies. God, the writers really hate gingers. Someone warn Nora.
This is perfect!
Though we didn't get much insight into how he became who he is, we didn't really need it. Roman was a massive cynic about the workings of the world, with how all huntsmen do is lay down their lives to die, only to be replaced by a new generation as the threat of the Grimm remains unchanged. His words have a point, and if whatever Cinder promises can change the world in some way, it can't beat the hell we're stuck in now. He's just so fascinating, not to mention lovable, especially with all his sass.
Oh, look, she sent the kids again. This is turning out just like the divorce.
Even most of the protagonists aren't as engaging as him, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, it's Roman Torchwick we're talking about.
Oh, it is good to be back. Hey, ugly.
Emerald and Mercury can't really be discussed individually without somehow bringing up the other, and considering they're infinitely more interesting than their boss, I think they've earned their slot. Both grew up in harsh situations and joined Salem's faction out of desperation, unaware of what exactly they were signing up for. There's so much potential for where their characters could be taken, either to dark extremes they can't turn back from, or redemption. Not Emerald though, she helped kill Penny, fuck that bitch. And can we please take a moment to appreciate Gira and Kali? They're honestly the best parents in the show, which admittedly isn't saying much, but fuck it, they're absolutely lovely. Kali's reaction to Blake showing up in Menagerie.
Blake?
Hi, Mom.
My baby girl.
And Gira and Blake's conversation in a much needed talk.
How can you still love me after what I did?
Blake. Your mother and I will always love you.
And them all comforting each other like actual cats. My heart cannot take the sweetness. And the last honorable mention slot goes to the professors of Beacon Academy, Glinda Goodwitch, Peter Port, and Bartholomew Oobleck. Port is just so much fun whenever he's on screen, and Oobleck's insight into his profession in Volume 2 is something I'm still waiting to happen for the main characters. Glinda just doesn't take anyone's shit at all, so God bless her.
You treat every situation like it's a contest of measuring
Glinda.
Well, he does.
Though I'm still not sure why people say Glinda won't return because of Kathleen leaving, since we had no issue getting Mercury a new actor, but whatever. Anyways, I love them all. Except Ozpin though, fuck Oz. And now the best character in RWBY is...
We never get the easy path, do we?
Easy's no fun anyway. You okay?
And you?
I've got you here, don't I? Come on, there's more than one way up the mountain.
Hey, it's my video. I can do whatever I want. And I already said I'd be pairing certain characters together, alright? These two stories are so entangled you can't really separate them, nor should you because they're amazing. They are the true power couple. Ren and Nora went unharmed by the bad writing for the most part in the first 3 volumes, and in volume 4, holy shit, they got an amazing story. Seeing how they met at such a young age and became so close through tragedy, watching each other's backs and keeping each other moving forward.
After everything we've been through, I won't let it end. Not like this. We can do this.
My heart, man, it hurts. Also, they are the best couple. How dare Volume 5 not give them any cute moments? Yes, I'm still bitter over this. But these two are just so lovable, they've earned their spot. Yes, Ren was turned into a cringe-worthy exposition machine in Volume 5, but Volume 5 murdered everyone, and at least Nora was a fucking badass queen as always. So there you go, the top 5 best characters RWBY has blessed us with. Next time we're going to be covering the top 5 worst characters. Y'all probably know a few of my choices already, but oh well. If you enjoyed and want to stay tuned for my future content on Volume 6, feel free to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications because YouTube hates creators. If you'd like to further support the channel, you can pledge over on Patreon, pick up some Teespring merch, or check out the links in the description below for my upcoming book. I'm the Unicorn of War, and this has been a shit show.
I wanna say I love you, I'll say